Alrighty. Mr. Trey, Germany was it? Since we're going to be splaying real names all over social media. I hadn't heard from you since July. Since this whole tirade began. The context for this story, ladies and gentlemen, and the reason I have to get up feeling sick a little bit over this Christmas break to make a message like this, is I just got notified yesterday of a post he apparently made a month ago. I don't know whether he tagged me directly just now, or he wanted to fix some little mistakes he had. I personally do not care at this point, because it's an issue I had buried long deep behind my mind. But here we are, right in the middle of the Christmas season, when I've got videos and gifts and streams coming for you guys. I gotta deal with this bullcrap. Oh boy. So, ladies and gentlemen, the word salad that I was gifted yesterday, I'm not going to go through the entire thing verbatim, because frankly I feel like your intelligence level would drop drastically attempting to get through this, but I'll do my best. Ty the Nerf guy, whose real name is Tyler Matthew Rutherford, is a cyberbully and a despicable, immature, hot-headed, stubborn, narcissistic, heartless, unintelligent, unstable, crybaby, overgrown man-child who can't handle a little criticism, refuses to grow up, doesn't seem to even do his research or know how to use a search engine like Google, too proud of himself to admit he's wrong, and has no respect for others, and takes it too far by making fun of other people's disabilities and their health issues, and tries to blame it on them. Holy run-on sentence Batman. Earlier this year, he bullied me on Facebook and had the nerve to disrespect me, insult my intelligence level and the autism community, and try to use my autism spectrum as an excuse, and called me special needs brainchild over my opinion of Superman 2025, while I was explaining to him why I refused to see Superman 2025, which has nothing to do why I refuse to see Superman, by the way. I see someone passed English class. I tried to explain to him what was going on, and what happened behind the scenes of WB since they merged with Discovery, and explained to him what bastardization is. But instead of listening and doing his own research, he threw a tantrum like a 5-year-old, and takes it too far, and attacks me, and disrespects me, and my community. Even I told him to leave my autism out of it. He clearly hates people with disabilities, autism, ADHD, etc. He never respected me in real life, not even back in high school, so I ended my friendship with him, and unsubscribed to his crappy YouTube channel. I redacted my real name for the photo because I like to keep my personal life and my YouTube channel separate, so I hope you understand. Yet I have no problem putting other people on blast through my channel. That last part was a bit of an addendum, but I feel like it was important. 2 years ago, he also disrespected, bullied, and harassed a person named Stonerkgod, a former Marine Corps veteran, and called that person a baked brain for giving him advice on how to make better content for his channel, and for smoking, which helps that person cope with the stuff that person went through in the Marine Corps. That alone shows what kind of person Ty, the Nerf guy, really is. Well, at least my name's catching on. What kind of people disrespect and attack a former Marine Corps veteran like that? I don't encourage people to smoke in real life or the channel, but we all cope with things in our own way. And to Stonerkgod, if you're reading this, I'd like to apologize for how Ty the Nerf guy treated you 2 years ago, and thank you for your service. And to Tyler, if you're reading this, grow the f*** up. Where do I even want to begin with this bullcrap? I guess we'll start at the very beginning. Back in July, I made a message on my Facebook, took my best buddy Shadowblade to go see the aforementioned Superman 2025. It was great. We had fun. We enjoyed ourselves. We had Outback Steakhouse afterwards. It was a whole fun little weekend that's been documented in photos on my Facebook page. It was a thrill. But the minute I post this particular picture with this glowing review on it, the thing he's not going to tell you, and the thing you can't really see because we'll get into that in a second, is he comes onto the page like, "Oh no, not you, Tyler. How could you fall for the conspiracy? David Zaslav and WB are doing horrible. James Gunn needs to be fired. Where's my Snyderverse?" And I basically added my own language there at the end, but we will get to that as we're getting that. I'm being overly dramatic for the purposes of accentuating an incredibly stupid point. The point is I'm on a public get-together with my best friend, and the last thing I want to do is debate cyber film theory with somebody who I last saw touting the prospects and the cinematic achievement of Uncle Grandpa back in high school. That's right, Uncle Grandpa. Some things just write themselves. There's one nugget of truth hidden in this KFC bucket of nonsense. And it's that I did go overboard in my addressing. I wasn't going to get down and argue film points. I didn't care. I saw a superhero movie. I liked the superhero movie. The morals and the message were great. You ever heard of a thing called creative liberty and creative license? It exists. And most people generally seem to agree with me that it's a fine piece of film. Not amazing, not Superman 4 levels of bad, but somewhere slotted in betwixt those extremes, and that's fine. However, I did, and I will admit, I may have to at least admit when I'm wrong now, and I should have done it a long time ago, but I thought this issue was over and done with, since I hadn't heard from the man in a while if he had such an established personal issue literally half a year ago. But I did use some phrasing that I'm not proud of. I did insult the man based on nothing more than a passing knowledge of his condition. And having had best friends, colleagues, video partners, and even some romantical partners who have been on the various ends of the autism spectrum, I deeply apologize to you all. There's no such need for language like that. It's a rotten thing to do. And I cannot possibly exclaim how deeply sorry I am, and will attempt to mend myself to be better in the future. Let's let that marinate for a second. Okay. That apology does not extend to one Mr. Trey / Joe Germany who decided to put all this nonsense out in the first place. It's not that I don't care about Warner Brothers Discovery and their issues with merging and the fact that they should have went with Comcast or whatever the hell those 15 hashtags under your channel are at any given time. It's not that that's not an issue. I don't care. I don't care. You think I'm thinking about any of that when I'm trying to take my buddy out to see a movie and have a good time? Do you enjoy throwing your opinion on people? Do you enjoy invalidating other people's good times because you have to be right? You think if I did my prior research on any film, I'd go to see things? I took him to see Borderlands before, and amazingly, we're still friends. Granted, that was a joint venture,
and we went in knowing it wasn't going to be amazing. But the point still stands. And most importantly, I don't want this to be lost in this very long, objectively going to be very shoddily edited video. But I'd like to think, I don't agree with anybody on most things. Politically, definitely not. As far as people go, clearly issues to work on. You know, we all do. But I'd like to think that if your opinions of a film are so strong, you are not only willing to push your propaganda onto someone who's in the middle of enjoying a nice weekend, but then go on to hold that anger. Hold it for half a year. I hadn't heard a single syllable from this man since July. I thought it was over and done with. And here we are now, and apparently somebody hasn't let go. My main point is this. Warner Brothers aside, Discovery aside, regardless of your opinions on superhero films aside, there's merits to be found in both Snyder projects and in the James Gunn stuff that's going on right now. There's good to be found in everything. Shoot. There's merits to be found in Dragon Ball Evolution. Very little, but they're there. The fact that he thinks I threw a tantrum when he's the person that commented on my post to begin with. If you don't like an opinion of somebody on their superhero movie, don't comment. It's a novel concept. Keep it to yourself, like you've apparently been doing this half a year. It wouldn't have gotten to this point. Maybe if I'd have been approached on a better day at home by myself, it may have been a little different. I don't know. But it just hit me a little bit different that not even minutes afterwards, while I'm sitting in Outback Steakhouse with my little plastic shark and my Sydney steak, that I have to read all this. Inconsiderate. Oh, and as far as, I just had to scroll through to see it, by the way. If you don't... I'm debating all this, by the way, from a man who's never watched this film. And probably never plans to. It doesn't make any sense. My buddy never plays Minecraft. And he'll probably try to tell me all the time about how Stardew Valley and Terraria are better games. That doesn't mean he's gonna attack me if I start playing Minecraft. Because it doesn't make any sense. If you haven't even consumed the media, you don't have a right to criticize it. I'm not saying go and buy a ticket and watch it in the front row and profit the studio. But still, arguing an opinion on a movie with somebody who's never seen a movie is the pinnacle of short-sightedness. And speaking of the pinnacle of short-sightedness, you can try to say I'm an ableist all you want. You can try to say I'm a James Gunn lover who doesn't really get what's going on with the comics these days. But what you can't say is that we weren't ever friends. Who wanted to hang out with us almost every single morning? Who almost always had a seat for the lunch table ready and waiting for him? And who wanted to be involved in after-school clubs? No, I'll do you one better. Here is this apparently never my friend making several hated appearances for this crappy YouTube channel. Roll the tape.
Everybody, welcome to Trey of Germany. He's got a YouTube channel, but I forgot the name of it. It's so nice!
Waterbending! Only the Avatar could master one of these four elements.
We just got off the Anaconda.
Yep. And right now we're waiting for Jordan and Darius.
Meanwhile, Jordan and Darius are still on the ride, still on the ride.
Wait, Trey, get in this vlog before we leave. All right, boys.
It's really raining outside, but they're really still on the ride, still on the ride.
Well, the creepy noodles are real.
Yeah.
Trey's doing alright. Got himself some Dippin' Dots. Darius on that funnel cake. Also, this is apparently Paige.
I do this one because I'm a fan of WWE.
She's really good, man. She's really good. We'll get there in life. Bow down. Bow before your masters.
These are my best friends, guys.
Yeah, don't forget it.
These are my best friends.
To be a nerd.
Nerd.
Nerd? Yeah. Okay. Okay, God, we're getting out of that screen.
By the way, how much does drinks cost? Drinks? 20-ounce fountain drink?
This is a criminal.
I've been standing here for a while. We're still waiting for the freaking grizzly.
Germany! Viewers! Once again, I will remember his channel eventually. That was He's impaired! Oh God! Oh no, we're gonna die! I hope this is not our zombie apocalypse car. Hello! Hello, mate! Hello! They see me rolling, they're hating. They don't want to drive because they're driving dirty. Driving dirty. Trying to drive dirty. Trey wants nothing to do with us.
Trey, do you want another taxi ride?
Yeah. 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 And as far as the K-God things go, I've been friends and off friends with this individual. It's been a tumultuous, rocky relationship, to say no doubt. But I like how you conveniently leave out the fact that he comments childish trash under one of my videos and interprets it with your brain as constructive criticism. Now, I don't know how many times you've ever been criticized, and clearly it has never been enough. I don't think either of us can speak on this matter. What, with my size and your clearly disavowalment of the First Amendment and other people's opinions, neither of us could have had a tour in the Salvation Army. So frankly, I don't know where you get off on this high horse. Secondly, myself and Stonerkgod have mended fences since then, and are even planning to do stuff in the future. Oh, and third of all, and this is a real important one, it's none of your fucking business! I've wasted a good 16 minutes of time that could have went to editing things. God knows my Trails series is sitting in there begging to be finished, talking about some, please, next episode, help. But yet, I'm having to spend part of my holiday break, with 2 days off of work, addressing this nonsense. One more thing, Trey. I didn't want to do this, as if my temperament and my mood clearly states. At one point, I did consider you a friend. Not a close one. Fallouts do happen. But just because I hadn't heard from you doesn't mean my opinion of you changes. People that need constant validation and attention, like a little Tamagotchi, are clearly dealing with some stuff of their own. But that's not how friends work. Up until this, I still considered you a good buddy and would collaborate at a moment's notice. Up until this, up until you uprooting my weekend, up until you making a big stink, blocking me, holding this fear deep down inside like a crazy ex-girlfriend, and then spewing it out before the end of the year. And yet, I'm the cyberbully. I'm the cyberbully who leaks real names to channels and wants to make a big public tirade for his people to go and point and laugh at. Fine. Fine. Like I said, at one point, I considered you a friend. But I am going to be damned if I let someone with the name Cartoon Central, an entire channel about nostalgia baiting and pirating stuff that isn't his, come after someone who splays this mug on full display day in and day out. And not even a word since that Superman incident. And you want to come at it like this. And you're telling me to grow up. I'll gladly accept that piece of criticism. But I'll turn it right back around on you, Mr. Cartoon Central. If I'm a cyberbully, if I'm an ableist, if I'm someone who disrespects people based on their opinions, well, that makes you a big fat fucking hypocrite. And I hope you're proud of yourself. Have a nice life, Trey. I decided, for the heck of it, I'll take a gander at the bio of his channel, and right there at the bottom. Cancel me! In the midst of all the other word salad, grow the hell up, child! Get off the grown man's internet! Oh boy! How was I even friends with you in the first place? To hell with that sentiment from earlier. Oh, buddy, go grab your Starbucks coffee and your keyboard and keep tweeting away. Oh my god, I gotta get back to Ed, but you're a fucking moron.